In the grand lecture hall of the Borean Professor Liner, clawed fists slammed onto the podium, reverberating through the vast space. The young Borean students jumped in their seats, startled by the sudden outburst of energy. Among them, Carr listened intently, his antennae twitching with curiosity as Professor Lur clicked through pictures of a distant blue planet called Earth. As Professor Lur elaborated on Earth's status as a primitive dirtball, dismissed by the galactic community as just another useless backwater, Carr's fascination grew. He stared at the images of the strange bipedal humans, feeling a mix of pity and curiosity. Compared to the powerful and advanced insectoid Borvin, the humans seemed small and insignificant, yet their eyes burned with a strange intensity, igniting something within Carr. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, Carr delved deeper into the galactic archives, scouring through ancient records and hidden documents. It was during one of these late-night research sessions that he stumbled upon a classified report from the Galactic Council's delegation to Earth. Despite the heavy encryption and layers of security, Carr's determination led him to unravel the secrets hidden within. The report detailed the tense meeting between the Galactic Council's delegation and Earth's leaders, including the notorious Zealer, Zorx. Carr's mandibles clicked with anticipation as he read about Zorx's arrogance and the humans' surprising defiance. Even in the face of threats and intimidation, the humans stood their ground, refusing to bow to the will of the Galactic Council. Carr's anticipation reached a fever pitch as he scoured the galactic news networks for updates. Then, like a thunderbolt from the void, a breaking news alert flashed across his display. Galactic Council launches invasion fleet to conquer Earth. The headline sent shivers down Carr's exoskeleton as he read about the massive armada assembling near Earth's borders. As the invasion fleet closed in on Earth, Carr watched in awe as human defenses, previously underestimated by the Galactic Council, unleashed a torrent of destruction upon the advancing armada. The sight of sleek Zealer destroyers and heavily armored Borvin battlecruisers being torn apart by human firepower left Carr speechless. Human Ambassador Andrews stood firm against Zorx's threats, his unwavering resolve sending a clear message to the galaxy. Humanity would not be subjugated. Carr couldn't help but admire the humans' courage and determination in the face of overwhelming odds. It was a defining moment that would forever change the course of history. As news of Earth's stunning victory spread across the galaxy, species that had once dismissed humans as primitive upstarts now spoke of them with a mix of awe and apprehension. The Galactic Council, humiliated by their defeat, retreated into a brooding silence, leaving the rest of the galaxy to wonder what would happen next. Carr, now a young adult, found himself part of a Borean diplomatic mission to Earth, eager to witness the planet's transformation firsthand. As the Borean ship approached Earth's orbit, Carr couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation. He knew that he was about to witness history in the making. As Carr stepped onto the surface of Earth, he was greeted by a bustling metropolis teeming with life and energy. From the gleaming skyscrapers to the bustling streets, it was clear that Earth had undergone a profound transformation since his last visit. Carr marveled at humanity's ingenuity and resilience, realizing that they were a force to be reckoned with. Despite their differences, humans came together in times of crisis, showcasing a level of cooperation unseen by other species. Carr attended summits and meetings where Earth's leaders debated and discussed the challenges facing their planet, always with a sense of shared purpose and determination. As Carr's time on Earth drew to a close, he couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and admiration for humanity. He had witnessed firsthand their courage, resilience, and determination in the face of adversity. He knew that the galaxy would never be the same again, thanks to the indomitable spirit of the human race. As Carr boarded the ship that would take him back to Borean, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was leaving a piece of himself behind on Earth. He knew that he would carry the memories of his time among humans with him forever, and that their legacy would continue to shape the destiny of the galaxy for generations to come. As the ship sailed into the depths of space, Carr looked back at Earth one last time, feeling a sense of gratitude and wonder. He knew that his journey was far from over, and that the lessons he had learned on Earth would guide him on his path ahead. As Carr's ship disappeared into the vastness of space, Earth continued to shine like a beacon of hope in the cosmos. Humanity's triumph over the Galactic Council had sent shockwaves throughout the galaxy, forever altering the balance of power and ushering in a new era of cooperation and discovery. During his time on Earth, Carr embarked on a series of expeditions to explore the planet's diverse landscapes and cultures. From the icy tundras of the north to the sprawling jungles of the equator, Carr marveled at Earth's natural beauty and biodiversity. He also had the opportunity to interact with humans from all walks of life, learning about their customs, traditions, and way of life. One aspect of humanity that particularly intrigued Carr was their scientific prowess. He visited research institutions and laboratories, where he witnessed humans pushing the boundaries of knowledge and innovation. From advancements in space exploration to breakthroughs in medicine and technology, Carr was astounded by humanity's insatiable thirst for discovery. As part of the diplomatic mission, Carr had the privilege of participating in cultural exchange programs between Borean and human societies. He attended festivals, art exhibitions, and performances, immersing himself in the rich tapestry of human culture. Through these experiences, Carr gained a deeper appreciation for the diversity and creativity of the human spirit. Despite Earth's newfound status as a galactic power, it faced its fair share of challenges. Carr witnessed firsthand the social, economic, and environmental issues plaguing the planet, from poverty and inequality to pollution and climate change. However, he also saw the resilience and determination of the human people, as they worked tirelessly to overcome these obstacles and build a better future for themselves and their descendants. One of the most remarkable aspects of Earth was its advanced technology. Carr marveled at the sleek skyscrapers, high-speed transport systems, and cutting-edge scientific facilities that dotted the landscape. He witnessed firsthand the transformative power of human ingenuity as scientists and engineers pushed the boundaries of what was possible, paving the way for a brighter future. As tensions simmered in the aftermath of Earth's victory over the Galactic Council, Carr found himself at the forefront of diplomatic efforts to maintain peace and stability in the galaxy. Alongside human and other alien ambassadors, he worked tirelessly to forge alliances and build bridges between species, ensuring that the mistakes of the past would not be repeated. Despite the prevailing sense of optimism, Carr couldn't shake the feeling that darker forces were at play in the galaxy. Rumors of rogue factions and clandestine organizations circulated among the diplomatic circles, hinting at a shadowy underworld lurking beneath the surface of galactic society. Carr vowed to uncover the truth and protect Earth and its newfound allies from any potential threats. As diplomatic tensions simmered, Carr found himself embroiled in a complex web of negotiations and political maneuvering. He navigated the treacherous waters of interstellar diplomacy with skill and finesse, forging alliances and brokering deals that would shape the future of the galaxy. Amidst the chaos, Carr remained steadfast in his commitment to preserving peace and ensuring a brighter tomorrow for all. But peace came at a cost. As Carr delved deeper into the intricacies of galactic politics, he uncovered corruption and betrayal lurking in the shadows. Dark forces conspired to undermine the fragile peace that had been painstakingly forged, threatening to plunge the galaxy into chaos once more. Carr knew that he had to act swiftly and decisively to protect Earth and its allies from the looming threat. As tensions escalated and old rivalries resurfaced, Carr braced himself for the inevitable conflict that loomed on the horizon. The drums of war echoed across the galaxy as fleets mobilized and armies massed for battle. Carr knew that the fate of Earth and its allies hung in the balance, and that the coming days would test the resolve of all who called the galaxy home. As the first shots were fired and the galaxy descended into chaos, Carr stood alongside his human and alien allies, ready to defend Earth against all who sought to destroy it. The fate of the galaxy hung in the balance as fleets clashed and armies clashed on distant worlds. Carr knew that the coming days would be fraught with peril, but he remained steadfast in his determination to protect Earth and its allies at all costs. Amidst the chaos of war, heroes emerged from the shadows, their bravery and selflessness inspiring hope in the hearts of all who fought alongside them. From the battlefields of distant planets to the corridors of power in the Galactic Council, these champions of justice fought tirelessly to defend the innocent and uphold the values of peace and freedom. Carr watched in awe as their deeds echoed across the galaxy, lighting the way for a brighter tomorrow. But victory came at a steep price. As the war raged on, countless lives were lost, and worlds were left scarred and ravaged by the horrors of conflict. Amidst the devastation, Carr witnessed acts of courage and sacrifice that reaffirmed his faith in the resilience of the human spirit. He saw former enemies set aside their differences and unite in the face of a common threat, finding redemption in the heat of battle. As the dust settled and the fires of war were extinguished, Carr stood amidst the ruins of a galaxy forever changed. Earth and its allies emerged victorious, but the scars of conflict ran deep, reminding all who bore witness to the true cost of war. Yet amidst the devastation, there was hope. For out of the ashes of destruction, a new era of peace and prosperity began to take root, paving the way for a brighter tomorrow. With the war finally over, Carr turned his attention to the monumental task of rebuilding the galaxy from the ground up. Alongside his human and alien allies, he worked tirelessly to repair the damage wrought by years of conflict, restoring hope and prosperity to those who had suffered in the fires of war. It was a long and arduous journey, but Carr knew that together they would rebuild a better future for all. As the galaxy healed and the wounds of war began to fade, Carr reflected on the lessons learned from the conflict. He realized that true strength lay not in the might of one's weapons, but in the power of unity and cooperation. He saw firsthand the resilience of the human spirit and the capacity for forgiveness and redemption that dwelled within all beings. And he vowed to never forget the sacrifices made by those who had fought and died for the cause of peace. With each passing day, the galaxy grew stronger and more united, fueled by the collective determination of those who called it home. New alliances were forged, old wounds were healed, and a sense of optimism began to permeate the stars once more. Carr looked to the future with hope in his heart, knowing that the galaxy had weathered the storm and emerged stronger than ever before. As the galaxy entered a new era of peace and prosperity, Carr pondered the path ahead and the challenges that lay in wait. He knew that there would be trials and tribulations along the way, but he also knew that as long as Earth and its allies stood united, they could overcome any obstacle that stood in their way. With courage in his heart and determination in his soul, Carr looked to the stars and dared to dream of a brighter future for all who called the galaxy home. With peace restored to the galaxy, Carr set his sights on new horizons, eager to explore the uncharted depths of space and unlock the mysteries of the cosmos. He embarked on daring expeditions to distant star systems, charting new worlds and making contact with alien civilizations unlike any he had encountered before. Each new discovery filled him with a sense of wonder and awe, reminding him of the boundless potential that lay waiting to be unleashed. As the galaxy flourished in the wake of the war, Carr and his allies remained vigilant, ever watchful for any signs of unrest or discord. They worked tirelessly to uphold the fragile peace that had been forged in the fires of conflict, knowing that the future of the galaxy depended on their steadfastness and resolve. And though they faced many challenges along the way, they stood united in their commitment to preserving the harmony of the stars. Throughout his travels, Carr carried with him the lessons he had learned from his time on Earth, where the indomitable spirit of humanity had forever left its mark on the galaxy. He marveled at the resilience of the human race, whose courage and determination had overcome even the greatest of challenges. As Carr journeyed through the galaxy, he encountered countless civilizations and species, each with their own unique customs and traditions. Yet wherever he went, he found that the story of Earth and its triumph over adversity had become a source of inspiration for all who heard it. From the bustling metropolises of advanced civilizations to the remote outposts of distant worlds, the name of Earth had become synonymous with hope and resilience, a shining beacon of light in the darkness of space. With peace restored to the galaxy, Carr and his allies took on the mantle of guardians, watching over the stars and protecting the fragile peace that had been so hard-won. They patrolled the spaceways, thwarting piracy and smuggling operations, and mediating disputes between rival factions. Though the task was daunting, Carr knew that as long as they stood united, they could overcome any challenge that lay in their path. As the years passed, a new generation of leaders emerged to take up the mantle of responsibility, carrying on the legacy of those who had come before them. Among them were bright young minds from Earth, whose passion and determination promised to shape the future of the galaxy for generations to come. Carr watched with pride as they embarked on their own journeys, eager to make their mark on the stars. With each passing day, the galaxy grew stronger and more prosperous, fueled by the ingenuity and creativity of its inhabitants. New technologies emerged, unlocking the secrets of the universe and paving the way for a new era of exploration and discovery. Carr marveled at the wonders of the cosmos, knowing that the future held limitless possibilities for those with the courage to reach for the stars. Yet amid the progress and prosperity, reminders of the past lingered like shadows in the night. Old rivalries resurfaced, threatening to undo the fragile peace that had been so painstakingly forged. Carr and his allies stood vigilant, ready to defend the galaxy against any who sought to disrupt the harmony of the stars. They knew that the lessons of history must never be forgotten, lest they be doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past. As Carr rose through the ranks of galactic diplomacy, he faced numerous challenges and trials that tested his leadership and resolve. From political intrigue to interstellar crises, he navigated the treacherous waters of diplomacy with skill and finesse, earning the respect of allies and adversaries alike. Though the path was fraught with danger, Carr remained steadfast in his commitment to preserving peace and ensuring a brighter future for all who called the galaxy home. With each passing day, the weight of responsibility bore down upon Carr's shoulders, reminding him of the immense burden he carried as a guardian of the galaxy. He knew that the decisions he made would shape the destiny of countless lives, and that the fate of entire civilizations hung in the balance. Yet even in the darkest of times, Carr remained resolute, drawing strength from the knowledge that he fought for a noble cause greater than himself. Amidst the chaos and turmoil of galactic politics, Carr found solace in moments of quiet reflection, where he could ponder the mysteries of the cosmos and contemplate his place in the universe. He gazed out at the stars, marveling at their beauty and majesty, and wondered what secrets lay hidden among their distant shores. In those fleeting moments of serenity, Carr found renewed purpose and determination to continue his journey, no matter the challenges that lay ahead. Throughout his travels, Carr forged deep and lasting bonds of friendship with beings from all walks of life, united by a common desire to explore the wonders of the cosmos and protect the innocent from harm. Together, they braved the dangers of space, facing down pirates, rogue AIs, and ancient cosmic horrors with courage and determination. Though their adventures took them to the farthest reaches of the galaxy, Carr knew that as long as they stood together, they could overcome any obstacle that stood in their way. As the years passed, Carr witnessed the gradual evolution of the galaxy into a vast and interconnected community of worlds, bound together by shared values and common goals. Trade flourished, culture thrived, and cooperation blossomed as beings from all corners of the galaxy came together in pursuit of a better tomorrow. Carr looked out at the stars with hope in his heart, knowing that the bonds of friendship, forged in the fires of adversity, would endure for generations to come. As Carr traveled through the galaxy, he carried with him the legacy of Earth, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity and the power of hope in the face of adversity. From the bustling cities of advanced civilizations to the remote outposts of distant worlds, the story of Earth's triumph over the forces of darkness had become a source of inspiration for all who heard it. Carr knew that as long as the memory of Earth lived on, so too would the spirit of hope that had guided him on his journey through the stars. As Carr's journey through the galaxy drew to a close, he found himself standing at the precipice of a new beginning, ready to embark on the next chapter of his adventure. Though the road ahead was uncertain, Carr faced the future with courage and determination, knowing that whatever challenges awaited him, he would face them head-on, with the strength and resilience of Earth as his guide. As Carr bid farewell to the stars and prepared to return home to Earth, he felt a pang of sadness at leaving behind the wonders of the cosmos. Yet amidst the sadness, there was also a sense of gratitude for the experiences he had gained and the friendships he had forged along the way. As he boarded the ship that would carry him back to Earth, Carr knew that his journey through the galaxy had forever changed him, shaping him into the being he was meant to be. As the ship soared through the vastness of space, Carr looked out at the stars one last time, feeling a sense of peace wash over him. Though his adventures in the galaxy had come to an end, he knew that a new chapter of his life was about to begin. With the memories of his journey as his guide and the spirit of Earth as his compass, Carr set his sights on the horizon, ready to embrace whatever the future held. And as the stars twinkled in the distance, he smiled, knowing that the greatest adventure of all was yet to come.